Hey guys, I'm getting ready to glue up some short course tires for an upcoming race in a couple of weeks, and I wanted to show you a couple tips and tricks that might help you out. I know a lot of you guys buy pre-mounts because you don't like to glue tires, and I see a lot of guys tires come off the wheels during the races, and that's a sign that they weren't glued up properly or maybe not cleaned properly and the glue wasn't bonding. So I wanted to give you guys a couple tips here to help you out. First thing you do is you clean the rim and you clean the bead of the tire with rubbing alcohol, and that removes all the mold release agents that helps the tire come out of the mold easily when they're produced at the factory. And then the wheel also may have some type of contaminants on it, so you can remove that with rubbing alcohol, or some sort of degreaser like Simple Green or something will work, and a Q-tip or a rag, or it doesn't matter what you use as long as you get it clean. Then you mount the tire onto the wheel and you kind of work it in so the foam sits in there nice and balanced and things. And then you do one side at a time. I've already done the front side and I let it dry for a few hours, and now I'm working on the back side of these short course wheels. And first thing you do is you get your rubber band around there, and you want to scooch the rubber band up around the rim of the tire, the edge of the tire, so that it pushes in and keeps the bead seated in the groove. And this, when you start gluing, one of the most important things to do is when you pull the bead back with your thumb, you don't need to pull it back till the bead comes out of the groove completely. And a lot of people make that mistake, and then they put the glue in and they try to shove the bead back in, and that's not how you don't need to do that. What you need to do is you need to have some glue, and this is Loctite glue from Walmart, and it works just as good as any of the expensive $8 a bottle brands or $10 a bottle brands. This was like $3.50, I think, and it has the same nozzle at the top as the AKA glue does, so the little straws will fit in there. So you need some sort of straw in the end, or you need some kind of bottle or some kind of slide-on tip that produces a fine, precise application tip. If you just try to dump glue in there straight out of the bottle, you're going to have glue all over the tire, all over the wheel, and all over your hands, and you're going to be cussing and you're going to be pissed. So the most important thing is I use a fairly thick glue. You don't want it to run real easy. Some guys want it to run real easy, but I can control it better if it's a little on the thicker side. But this Loctite glue works very well. It takes a little longer to dry than some of the others, but this works very well, and I'll show you what to do. So you get your wheel, you got your band, you get your glue, and you pull back the tire just a tiny little bit, just enough to get the glue in there. So you peel it back, you put the glue in, and you put it in pretty heavy, and you do about a ½ inch at a time, and then you push it in. Make sure it goes back all the way. Then you pull it back, and you continue on down the line. And you just do a little bit at a time, and you only peel back the tire a little bit at a time. And then you push it back, make sure it seats back in there. And the rubber band assists you. Okay, so a little bit at a time, push. Or you can do larger sections. You can do maybe an inch at a time, but I like to just work it in small sections. That way I know everything's seated and they're good and it doesn't get away from you. But yeah, just work it a little bit at a time. Push, wait, make sure it goes back and seats. There's a good gluing video. I believe it's by AKA, and it shows this process, and that's where I learned this process. You only need to pull back the bead just enough to get the glue tip in there, just enough to get the straw in there is all you need to pull it back, and it makes life a lot easier. And it squishes out, the glue will squish out a little bit, and I'll show you when I top this off and I finish it off what I do about that. Some guys don't want the glue to overflow out a little bit, but honestly, I like having that extra glue there because it's just extra reinforcement. Okay, now I got it all the way around, and this is what how I do to finish it off. I kind of cap it. So I go around and I go around and put an even bead around the entire thing. And I've never had a tire come off the wheel in all my years of racing doing it this way. Go around and cap it, and then I'd say you need to give it at least probably 2 to 3 hours to be safe, to let this stuff dry all the way. But I mean, so every glue is different. Some dry faster than others. But okay, it's capped, it's glued, and I leave this rubber band on for a little while. Go around, make sure it's all seated, and that's it. You're done, guys. That's how to glue a tire up. And no glue on the fingers, no glue on the wheel. You know, no glue running anywhere. That's all where it's supposed to be. So hope that helps, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.